Hey everyone, I was told to make a long form video and I got asked to do a loadout video. So I figured that I could just do two in one. Uh, let's see. We'll start off with paint. Alright, as a maintenance person, you will be painting. You kind of already guessed it. These are the main three brushes that I use. These two are Purdy. This one is Wooster. I use this one more. Ooh, need to dip it in some paint thinner. I use this one more for like trim on like this specifically. I mean, you can see it fits perfectly, it glides perfectly. I use it more for trim. This is a good trim brush. Now the difference between that one and the one that's wider, I'm gonna let you see it. You can do it with this one, but you're at more of a angle. Like I'm not sideways. Like if I go sideways, see I'm hitting the brick. You don't want that. You don't want white over here. You want gray. You want gray over here, white over here. So if all you have is, and this is a 3-inch, I probably should have started with that. Let's go ahead. We'll set them like that. So this is a 2.5, and this is a 3. I will say I prefer the 3 for it. This does hold more paint, so I'll do this for like cutting in like the bottoms of the doors. I don't like it around the doorknobs, but if this is all you got, again, I'll show you how I would do it. If I can hold the door with my foot and the camera at a good angle. Oh god, this is weird. So I would start typically from over here, because you don't want a shit ton of paint right here. You don't. It just causes too many problems. Now, I would keep it about like this and just run it. If you miss a little bit, you can always come back. But as you can see, I'm tilting this more than moving up here, because all you're doing is making a circle. And you come up, and that's about how I would end that. And then I would probably dip it a little bit more, dap it off somewhere over here, and then not like that, and weird looking through a, here, hold on, swap hands, boom, and then just come over here and do it like that. Now you finished your circle. And then it's the same method for over here. I always start on the side that has more door, because not all doors are like that. Sometimes knobs over here and the hinges are over here. Also, quick tip for those that roll doors like most folk, you have to cut in right here, because the roller will hit right there, and I'll show you. I'll use this one as an example. I just happen to have this one set up. Little mini roller. So I'm not talking about that piece either. I'm talking about that piece. You see the gap that it leaves? So no matter what brush you got, just hit it right there. Quick tips for doing the doors. Back to everything else. So we've not fully covered painting yet, actually. Let's go ahead and finish that. Typically, I carry one of these buckets with me because it's magnetic, so it'll hold your brush in there. And another thing, you don't want to fill the paint up past about right here, because of that fact. You don't want your paint to come all the way up here into your brush. You really don't. I know this one's a little dirty. Like I said, get some paint thinner and clean it. So is that one. This one is probably the cleanest of them all. I think it's actually also the newest out of the bunch. Actually, no, I think this blue one is newer. I can't remember. I don't give a shit. Can't remember. One of these will also save you a good bit of time too. See that? Alright, you seen it. One of those. Alright, this is your 3-inch roller. This is your 9. But this big boy over here that I've just been avoiding talking about because I'm saving the best for last. 18. Let me try to get this whole thing in frame. It's hard. I don't have it set up to put on a roller, but as you can see, it's basically 2 swipes. Alright, now you've seen it. I don't have it set up. I gotta take the, I might as well go over this just so that way you know it. Alright, these little, obviously this is how you, oh shit, I gotta hold it with my feet like I'm a fucking third world country guy. Alright, you gotta take these out with like some kind of flathead or something. I'm not breaking my nail just to get one of these out, but you gotta take these out and put them in there. They just slide right in, snap right in, whatever you want to call it. And then you can use this frame for this roller. I prefer this one. I prefer that one. They're both Wooster. Neither one of these are like Sherwin-Williams. By the way, I should probably show that. This is, the label's broke, but you can see the pretty good. Same thing, Wooster Sherlock. This stick is obviously fairly new. I did get this, both of these. No, I've had that long one for a while. Like about a year and a half. But this little one I've only had for a couple of months. Go ahead and get those out the way. You're going to need a couple of things to clean your paintbrushes and rollers and things like that. We'll start with this little feller. This is the comb brush. As you can see what it does without me even having to yank on it. You just kind of worm her in there. And this is without, oh, it actually did fall. It caught. First time it didn't. I thought it would do it twice. Yeah, there we go. You just comb it. But obviously you do it when it's wet and you can get more of this out of here. And it leaves the bristles with a better finish in the end, because you do want to try to keep this feathered edge as much as possible. I do need to, like I say, do a little bit of maintenance on these brushes, but for the most part they're fine. I'll go ahead and just show you all of them. If they can do this without falling and getting drug around, I guess that means they got not a lot of paint in them. So now we'll do the blue one. Oh yeah, this little thing is also Wooster. I noticed the name sticking out at me. Figured I'd say something. Get that out the way. See how this one's dragging? It's got too much paint in it. I really need to clean this one. Like, it's not bad. And it is a stiff bristle, alright? Like, it's not like it's nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those, like, I think it's medium. It's not stiff. But, anyway. Enough paint stuff. Oh, that pan is big enough specifically for this. So, that, make sure if you don't get this one, you still get one big enough for your 18 because the rest of them will fit. Now, what comes along with paint, you ask? Sheetrock. Now, I don't have my 6-inch knife on me. My boss got it. Motherfucker. He's a good guy, but he's a motherfucker. Just in case he ever sees this. This is my 10-inch. As you can see, it's Husky. I did not go over this. This one is for your roller, but as you can see, I've been using it as a friggin' scraper. This is thin set. I could get this off with just like a hammer. You can just bang it off. Or I could get another scraper and just scrape it off, but I'm not doing that right now. I was doing some floors. Now, around your roller, I'll just use the little one as an example, and I'll set the foam down. Or you get it like that while it's wet, and then you just kind of, oh, it's sliding off of there. But yeah, you get the point. You just comb it, and it'll get the paint out. You can do it at the beginning, at the end, through the whole process. It really doesn't matter. Sheetrock, next sheetrock. So, when it comes to sheetrock, dude, at least get a 12-inch pan. Alright, at least. You need minimum 12-inch pan. Honestly, I recommend get a 14 because there is some situations. I hope this thing is here. I used it and don't remember if I ever put it back. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There will be some situations where you need a big 14-inch to smooth off some surfaces. I am using a fucking door as an example, dude. Alright, let me use a wall. There's going to be some situations where, you know, you need to smooth off a patch. You can take something bigger and go over the whole patch, and it will get that thing like in my other video, which I might link that to this, but they're like, I don't know yet. We're not there yet. Now, when it comes to, I'm getting out of the paint and sheetrock department here. We're gonna go on to some more Kelso friendly things. Whatever your boss has, that is the exact same tape measure you need to get, because all your measurements, if y'all are on a team together, are going to be different. If you got the Stanley Fat Max and he's got a Milwaukee stud, alright, that does not mean to go out and get, if he has, we'll use your boss as the example here, if he has this 25, you damn sure don't need to get a 16, okay? At the very least, you need to get the exact same footage, because this is way more expensive than this. I say way more. They range within 10, 15 bucks of each other. This was 30 bucks. This was like 20. And the 25 footer was like also right around 30 bucks. So do with that information as you will, but I highly recommend using the exact same tape measure as your boss. Or tell him to get whatever. If you have more tools than he has, you know what I mean? Like, whoever's the tool guy of the group needs to tell whoever, like, go get this exact fucking tape measure. That I can't stress that enough. I'm gonna stop repeating myself, but let's move on. You need some kind of a hammer. Alright? This is, to my knowledge, what is this? 16, I think it's a 16 ounce. I recommend a minimum of a 16 ounce hammer, but to be honest, you probably already have a hammer if you do this. Now, if you are working with LVT flooring at all, get a mallet. This one's clearly seen better days, but whack! It's a mallet. You know what I mean? It's a mallet. I couldn't help myself. Moving on. A couple more hand tools that you will definitely need as a maintenance man. Most likely everyone is familiar with what this is. I've made plenty of videos with this about the blades that go with this, so I'm not going to harp on that, but you do need a razor knife of some sort. One that can at the very least do that, alright? If it can't do that, it ain't worth the fuck. Moving on, to try to speed this up a little bit. We're already 15 minutes in. But painting is important, so it deserves that. It does. It deserves that. You need something, and I can't stress this enough, dude. You need something that can kill shit. Alright? Rats are going to be an issue at any apartment complex, at anywhere in the world. People are trashy. Rats love food. Humans like food. I mean, dude, come on now. Alright. I can't. All I can say is, dude, if you've never had a rat in your house, you're probably rich. And even then, dude, most rich people have dealt with them, seen them, been scared of them. Eek, it's a rat. You know what I mean? Like, just get something that can do that. And this also, its main purpose, it is just to strip thicker wire. You're supposed to use it to get you a straight, solid cut on it. That's why it's set up the way it is. So that way you can get a straight cut on some wire, and now it's open. You can strip it, do whatever you got to do, yada yada. Alright, but as a maintenance man, you should have a pair of wire strippers. You should also have a bag or two, because you're going to have to tote a lot of stuff around. Let's dive into the bag, shall we? As mentioned, you should have a pair of wire strippers. But any good maintenance man will have more than one pair of wire strippers. Oh, that's a fuck that. You're not a goddamn wire stripper. Get out of here, you wire stripper wannabe. Get out of here. Two pair of, yeah, you get the point. You get the point. So, I'm not going to harp on this too much, man. You at least need two. I got three because I like tools. And Milwaukee. Why not, right? So, you got to have them. You're going to do electrical. Everyone's been seeing it. What goes along with electrical? This little majigger right here. You got to have one, dude. That testing machine right there, it helps you out a lot. If you're confused ever, this helps solve your problems. As long as you know how to read it. So if you don't know how to do that, whatever model you get, YouTube it, please. Don't look for me to explain it to you, though, because I ain't doing that. I'm not an electrician. Alright? Somebody that can, though, I'm pretty sure Tools with Tactics has a video explaining how to read these, what certain situations you're using them for, residential, commercial, things like that. He's probably got a video breaking that down. And if not, like I say, just YouTube your model. And then from there's probably a video unboxing, explaining, and yada yada. Alright? I'm not going through that, but this one is the Klein model. It was the cheapest model that I could find at Home Depot. It is, I believe it's the MM300. Let me see. I don't want to say that and be wrong. Should say it on there. I think at the top. Yeah, MM300. That's what it is. I was right. Good. Yay me. Alright, back to the bag. A good scraper. And that's why I say a good bag. Alright, look, hey, it's a good bag, but that's annoying. You take one too many things out and that son bitch tips over. That's because I got heavy shit in the front of it. But I think with the fucking $300 bag, they stopped that bullshit. This was I got it for like 110, might have been just 100. I know that bag was more expensive than this bag. So that's a win for Milwaukee, all right? In terms of pricing. But anyway, back to the scraper. Dude, this thing is awesome. I specifically use this for taking these up. Well, that grout line ain't the best. But anyway, yeah. So you can pop the grout line and then you can come up under here and pop them things up. It's pretty cool. We'll sit that in there for a minute. Come here. What else I got here? This. We'll take this out. We'll talk about this for a minute. Dude, I love this thing. Alright. I love this thing. A couple of the things that I have used it for. Clearly, y'all have seen me using this on doors. You can, and now it'll get it to the right height when you set it on there. And this is me actually, like, leaning, putting all my body weight. Like, I will fall if I fuck up. Alright, so it holds a lot of weight. Oh yeah, and to get it out, you really didn't hear that. Yeah. There you go. Oh no, it's about to tip. That's why I turned it around though. Oh, I guess we'll pull these out. Yeah, I went cheap with the router bits. I need to change it, actually. I want to put that one in mine, because that's like another hinge bit. That's a hinge bit too, though. Yeah, but I'm not doing that. That's for like after you use this and go around the edges, you can then swap to this one and then cut out the middle, but I don't swap them out that much. There's also this one. So I mostly just like the smaller ones. Obviously, this is the one that's in there now. It's basically the same size as this one, just a slight bit bigger. I don't take the time to swap them. You guys see it, dude. I just hurry up and whip it out. LOL, JK. I know someone's gonna make a comment about that. You whip it out. Yes, motherfucker. I guess we'll dig into this. Magnet still works. This is like the newest thing that I have, though. I got this like last week. Everyone knows that's the stud finder. I use this so much. I use this way more than I probably should. If it's on, it's on. If it's off, it's off. You know what I mean? Like, but to be fair, dude, this thing is awesome, and it does the GFCIs. That's the main reason I have it. This little button will reset it if it's good. If it's bad and this button does absolutely nothing, change it. Because even if it's still reading power, if you can't shut it off with the button, change it. But yeah, very easy to read, very easy to see. And see, like it says, push to check GFCI. Anyway, moving on. I guess we'll go to the crescent pliers. Hey, a screw fell out. Dude, I know you got plenty of pliers. I know that everyone's probably got plenty of pliers, but hey, you gotta get a set of hex jaws when working with sinks. These make your life so much easier. And you should always have a big pair for working on like hot water heaters and stuff like that. These obviously came in a set. And I mean, dude, I have zero problems with these ever since I've gotten them. I think I've had them for 3-4 months. No. It's been longer than that. I don't know, somewhere from 4 to 6 months, we'll say. 4 to 6. Clearly I use these more though. They got the most gunk on them. They just fit better. I mean, like I say, I mean, I use these for like hot water heaters and shit. The door jig, everybody saw me using in the other video with the installation driver and the door. That was nice. Always have multiple nut runners. Like I've got this one. Clearly it's Milwaukee, but have multiple, because you never know when you're gonna need them, and every now and again if you break it, you know, then you gotta go get another one anyway. So you're better off getting multiple. Same with screwdrivers altogether. And if your screwdriver comes with nut runners, like this one, which of course the shaft comes out, but one hand's got the phone. I ain't doing all that. Nope. You gotta have two. But ratchet. I definitely recommend the ratcheting ones, and since I'm already in that pocket, a good extension. These definitely come in handy too. There's a good 6-inch extension. They make longer ones, but I find this is the best one for me. If you feel like you want longer, need longer, go get it, dude. I don't care. I don't know where my big wrench is. I don't. I think my boss probably used it one day and fucking lost it along with everything else that he has. But definitely get you a good wrench. You always need a good wrench, because sometimes the pliers just keep slipping, but the wrench will hold. I do have these. I hardly use these anymore. I used to use these a lot more. Like back at my old job, the cabinets used to be bigger, so I could actually fit these under there. But now I really just hardly use them. We have teeny tiny freaking cabinets. Again, multiple screwdrivers, multiple different reasons. I can't stress that enough, dude. The grips on these things will wear out, so you're gonna wind up needing another one anyway. I mean, dude, you squeeze it a little too hard, do something it really ain't meant to do, and that's it with it. Screwdriver's a screwdriver. You always need power tools. This was the best intro to the power tools I could have ever freaking did. I didn't plan that. Oh, I didn't plan that at all. That was a good segue straight into the power tools, which I have a couple over here. I do recommend drills and impacts. You gotta get a good set of drills and impacts. Let's go ahead and we'll set this up. Of course, Kelso chooses to walk right in the way at the bestest of times. Say hey to Kelso, everyone. Why are you going back out? You didn't even make it off the table. Go, all the way, go. Anyway, so starting off with power tools, we'll go with impacts. Everyone sees me using this a lot more than a drill. I do certain work that requires finessing, so I typically don't use my drill as much as I would like to. I use it to drill holes. I use it for larger fasteners, but there's not that many larger fasteners that I have to work with. The biggest ones I've had to work with have been 5 1/8 of an inch, and I might go grab a box of those later, but for the most part, everybody's asleep right now. I'm not doing that, so I'm gonna think about it, because I don't even know where they are. That's why I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, back to what impacts and drills. That's, you always need a good impact and a good drill, dude. can never go wrong with that. Ever. You can never go wrong with a good impact and a good drill. This one specifically is the Surge Gen 2. The one that just came out recently, I think maybe 2-3 months ago. Dude, I'm not really keeping up with it that hard, but about 2 to 3 months ago. Now, it's not the most powerful one in the world, but for the work that I do, I haven't found anything that it really can't do. I mean, it will drive those 5 1/8 lags, but it does struggle a little bit. So I'm gonna reach more for my drill or more for the Gen 4 over here. The actual impact driver of the bunch, he's got a battle wound on him, everybody. I don't even know what happened right here. Like, I genuinely have no idea, just wear and tear. Like, comparing it to this one, you know. Anyway, so the actual impact of the bunch. To explain the difference, this one has the typical hammer and anvil style that wraps around and spins and bang, 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 bang. I believe it's triple hammer. This one, I gotta turn it like this to make it make sense. I believe there's 3 hammers in here. It could be 6 or more. I could be completely wrong, but it might just be 3 that bang, 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 bang in succession. So it's a little different how it impacts. On top of that, there is hydraulic fluid throughout this. You can feel it when you teeter-totter it. Like, you can feel it rocking it back and forth in there. Because, you know, it's a freaking liquid. So, get out of the way. Get out of the way. You're not moving. Anyway, a drill. If I had it, I would show you. But everyone knows what a drill is. It's the one that doesn't look like that. It's got a long nose on it, like this. It's got this on it. This is the installation driver. Typically, if I can get this damn thing on here, hold on. Typically, a drill looks similar to this without this whole shabangy bang here, you know. But yes, the installation driver, of all the tools I own, I believe this one is the coolest, the most versatile, and just the best bang for your buck. I mean, like I say, I can do most everything with this. I can also do most everything with this. Even, and I have done this, drilling into concrete. Not down here. I was hanging blind, so I did it up there. But it can drill into concrete. And it's not even supposed to friggin' do that. It doesn't have a hammer function. It just has a drill function. It's not supposed to do it, but it does it because it's awesome. That's all I can say. They really, this is like, in my opinion, I can't stress that enough. In my opinion, this is the best tool Milwaukee ever made, ever. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's the best one they ever made. Not just because it can do the drill function into concrete, but because it has the most functions of all the tools. Well, not all the tools, but all the drills and drivers that they've ever made. Specifically because of this, the offset head. Now, I know every company at this point, nah, not every tool company at this point, has some sort of installation driver, multi-head driver, some sort of something. Even HyperTough, dude. Even HyperTough has one, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me, but until someone says no, they don't. I think HyperTough has some sort of install driver. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Tool Squatch made a video on it. Everyone go watch that. To anyone that sees it, go watch that shit. It's hilarious. The let me show you this. Let me show you this. This is actually funny. I so glad I remembered this. Okay. Does everyone see that? Everyone know what that is? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's that, right? It's that. So, give me 2 seconds. Gotta get out of there. Fuck. Doesn't want to do it. Yeah, there it goes. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah. You know exactly what it is. It is a quick insert collet. So that way you can do things like this. Get out of there. That. You can do things like that with it. And then when you're done with that one, you can take it out. Just like that. It's honestly even a one-handed operation. You don't need 2 hands. It's cool, right? Yeah, everyone knows what that is. So, HyperTough's is a little rubber piece. You heard me correctly. A little rubber piece. Made of the same shit that is this. It looks just like this, but it's like the same length as this one. It just slides onto hold on. It just slides onto there like how like that. It slides onto that. I can't stress that enough, dude. That's Walmart for you, okay? That's the quality that you pay for whenever you go HyperTough. So I don't want to hear anything about HyperTough being the shit when it's not. Because what is the difference? Why would you even give someone a rubber piece that you can slide onto this whenever you can just stick it directly into there? You see what I'm saying? Enough yabbering on about that, though. I was supposed to just be doing a loadout video. If you stuck around this long, I do appreciate it. So, on to more power tools that you literally will need. The pack out itself, unnecessary. You don't need that to start out. I honestly recommend you don't get a pack out to start out. I didn't get one of these until I was, I think, 2 years in to maintenance. I was just rocking the little tool bags that came with everything, and I would keep everything in my vehicle and just go get it as I needed it. And then I started really getting into building things, and then I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna go get the rolling box, but not this one. I got the normal one that you gotta like pop up the lid and stuff. I don't have that now. I gave that to my boss, but he doesn't even use it. If anyone wants it, give me $100. I'm being for real on that. Actually, if you want it, dude, I'll sell it to anyone for $100 because he doesn't use it ever. So, and like it's sitting in a Connex right now. Things I recommend you get. Things I recommend you get. One, we'll start from the right and work our way left. Some sort of a saw. It does not need to be a jigsaw. I honestly, if you do not have skill, like keeping your hands straight and also curving them when needing them to be curved, do not get a jigsaw. If you want to practice, feel free to practice. Once you're good with it, then you can start making it your everyday carry. Until then, and for your first saw, I honestly recommend you just get a circular saw. It does not need to be the best one on the market. Get whichever one makes you feel more comfortable. I chose to get a left-handed saw, which means that the blade is on the right of the handle because I am mostly left-handed. Typically, everything I do is going to be left-handed. However, being that the world is cruel and unforgiving, it made me left-handed, and everything is fucking right-handed. Like, you get it, right? Everyone that's left-handed gets it, to include, like, souls and everything like that. But back to the tools you'll need for your job. A router. It does not need to be a Milwaukee router. Yes, everything in here is Milwaukee. Like, I mean absolutely fucking everything but the nails. I have nails in here that they're Metabo HPT nails. I highly recommend, if you get a nail gun, do not get DeWalt nails. Typically, DeWalt nails suck. I don't know why. I'm not going to go into the why, other than it's got to be the material that they are made out of. It's the only thing I can think, but I'm not a fucking scientist or a metallurgist, whatever, however you say that. Oscillating multi-tool. I do have the newer brushless version. I love it. Some people say they don't like it, but that's because they have other tools that they would prefer. I have heard the rigid is a great option. I cannot attest to that. I can say the DeWalt is a pretty good one. The newer DeWalt, by the way. And, yeah, we'll jump off of that. You need a multi-tool for a multitude of different things. Cutting out door jams. Really just, dude, you're going to cut things with it, dude. Anything you need to cut, you can cut it with it. Anything. Especially if you just need a little chunk out like sheetrock. Best thing in the world. Use that to cut sheetrock. Now, these are my typical everyday power tools. These are not all of my power tools, but these are my typical everyday use power tools. I, again, highly recommend, if you are going to get into maintenance, start off with just getting a drill and a driver. By that I mean an impact driver. And of course, get whatever you can afford. Don't go out and spend money on Milwaukee or DeWalt if you ain't got Milwaukee and DeWalt money. You can get whatever you freaking have the money for. Also get a vacuum. You're going to make a mess. You're going to need to clean up water. It has to be a wet, dry vac. Get filters, please. Please get filters. Get 100 of them if you can, dude. Get as many as you can, because you're going to go through them. You can only spray them off once, and really you're not even supposed to spray them off. You're supposed to just knock them off, like just knock them off in a trash can and hope you get as much dust out as you can. You're supposed to do it until you think you got as much as you're going to get out of there. But I didn't do that. That thing is broken. I'm selling it for $20. Technically for free. Just paying for shipping. What else? What else besides a... Yeah, broom and dustpan. You gotta have a broom and dustpan. You know what else you gonna need? You gonna need a 3-step ladder. I have 2. Because fuck you. Alright, I have 2. Yeah, but a broom and dustpan always gonna come in handy. Your job should supply that at the very least to you. Also get a pair of headphones if you ain't got speaker money. You know, go get you a good pair of headphones because you gonna need that. Trying to think if there's anything I missed. Let me check in this top box. I can always cut the end out if I got to. Let me check in this top. Oh! Yes. I did miss things. You need a good set of drilling bits. Alright? I've seen plenty of people go with the DeWalt black and gold. I like these better. That's just my opinion, dude. That's just my opinion. I need to charge this. I have to charge this. This one's good. I mean, obviously, with power tools comes batteries, alright? I don't think I need to go over, don't forget your batteries. Carry extra bits with you, okay? Especially good bits. Good bits like these that, see what I mean? They're good. They did not, none of them fall out of there. I wasn't planning on doing that. I wasn't trying to do that. I really wasn't. They didn't even, alright, well, the nut runners started to tip out of there, but they didn't even, I got a random Bosch bit in there. Traitor amongst us. Anyway, dude, yeah, get you a good set of bits, alright? Especially if you can get them from the Tool Squatch, because he's cool as shit. You're going to need a good multi-tool blade. I recommend these nitrous blades. You can't really see it, but this is the nitrous blade, like it's carbide. Alright, we know how much we love carbide around here with the carbide razor blades. Why not get a carbide oscillating multi-tool blade? It's kind of the logic I went with there. You're going to need plumber's tape, dude. You're going to need that. You're also going to need dust collection for your shitty vacuum that doesn't work. Please get a working vacuum. I'm getting the Stealth Sonic. Yeah, there's the razor blades. Alright, yeah. Carbide razor blade. Carbide oscillating multi-tool blades. Judging by the feel of the teeth, I mean, I ain't cutting myself here, but I am rubbing them. I need a new blade. You're going to need sanding paper, more than just one disc. Oh, wait. I didn't show the sander, so you don't know. Sorry. Yeah, this is 5-inch random orbit sander disc. This is Diablo Sandnet. This is the 120 grit. Whenever I do sheetrock, though, I typically try to rock the 80 grit. Let's see. Yeah. A piece of sandpaper for the multi-tool, which I don't know where that attachment is. Where is that attachment? I don't know. That attachment's somewhere. I got an attachment that allows you to put that on there. But we'll call that about done. This is already a fucking damn near hour-long video, but this is what people wanted, so hopefully you guys watch this. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and hopefully you guys stick around for more, because there will be plenty more.